Today's lesson is section 1.2, basic construction. Go ahead and write your name, date, and period. The objectives for today are to construct copies of segments and angles, construct segments, perpendicular bisectors to segments, and bisectors of angles. The third objective is to apply construction to problems involving portions of segments and angles.
For our first example, we are going to copy a segment.
A segment is a piece of a line. So we have the line segment DE. And the first step says use a blank to draw line L. So we're going to use a straight edge. It's the ruler that you have. You can actually use any straight edge. Draw a line. And mark point M on line L. And to make it a line, we want arrows on both ends, showing that that line goes on in the left and right direction, infinitely long. Mark a point M on this line. And we're going to label it with a cursive L for the line. Place the compass point at D and open the compass to length DE.
So again, the directions say to place the compass at point D, and we are going to open it up to length DE.
I'm just gonna leave it like that. Step 3, using the same setting. That means we're not going to mess with the compass anymore. We're leaving it open to that wide. Place the compass at point M and draw an arc through the line. Mark the point of intersection. I'm going to put my point at M. And I'm going to take my pencil and make it an arc. Okay. And mark that point, intersection. And since we started with M, we'll call this point N. So now we have a line segment that is the same length as the line that we started with, DE. And you can test that. You can take your ruler and you can measure those two line segments to see that they are equal in measure. And in geometry, we call that congruent. This next example is copy an angle. So we are going to mark a point X. Use a straight edge to draw a ray with endpoint X.
So we're going to do that down here. So we are copying that angle A.
And this is our endpoint X. And since it's a ray, we have a point with a line extended in just one direction. Step 2, place the compass point A. Draw an arc that intersects both rays of angle A. Put our compass point at A. And we are going to draw an arc. Open it just a little bit more so I have more room. That intersects both rays. Label the points of intersection. B and C. So it intersects this ray at B, and it intersects this point at C. Without changing the setting, so I'm not going to change my compass at all. I'm going to leave it open to that same width. Place the compass at point X. So I need to move the compass to point X. And draw an arc intersecting the ray. Okay. Mark the point of intersection Y. Place the compass at point B and open the compass to the width between B and C. Okay, so that's all we had to do is we just changed the width of the compass. Without changing the setting, place the compass point at
What are you guys doing?
Y and draw an arc.
Do some stuff. Why are you doing all that?
Label the point Z where the two arcs intersect. Use a straight edge to draw a ray. The constructed angle X is a copy of angle A.
See how it goes through point Z. And those angles are congruent in measure.
For this example, we will construct a perpendicular bisector. A perpendicular bisector of a segment is a line, segment, or ray that is perpendicular to the segment and divides the segment into two congruent segments. So for the first step, we're going to grab your compass. And we are going to place our compass as point A, and we'll label the other one as point B. And we can go ahead and do that on for all 3 steps because we're going to need that. And we'll just practice it multiple times. So place your compass on point A, and we are going to open our compass your compass needs to be open to more than half the line segment, but not past B. If we go over here, it's not gonna work. So it has to be a little bit more than half. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw an arc above the line segment. And we are going to draw an arc below the segment. And if you just connected those and you made one like big half circle, that would be okay as well. Let's practice that again. We'll go over to step 2. Put your point at A, make an arc below, make an arc above. And we'll practice that again. On step 3, put your point at A, make an arc above, and make a mark below. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2 is we're going to put our compass at B, and we are going to make an arc above the line, and we are going to make an arc below the line. So we'll practice that again on step 3 because we're going to need it for step 3. We're going to make a mark below, and we're going to make an arc above. And now you can see that those 4 arcs are intersecting. So as the last step, we're going to mark those, and we can call them X and Y. And we are going to draw a line through those using the straight edge. So grab your ruler, and we're going to go straight through those 2 points. And that is a perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular means that it creates a 90-degree angle. You can see that right there. There's a 90-degree angle where XY bisects AB. And bisect means that it cuts it in half. This is half the length of this. Construct an angle bisector. An angle bisector is a ray that bisects an angle into 2 congruent angles. Step 1, place the compass point at A, the vertex of the angle. Create an arc through both rays of the angle. Label the points of intersection B and C. We're going to take our compass. We're going to draw an arc that intersects both rays. We're going to label them B and C. Step 2. Place the compass point at B. Draw an arc in the interior of A. And for this part, we don't have to keep the compass the same size. So if your compass slipped, that's okay. We can have it at any width that we want. Doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to draw an arc on the inside. And we're going to move our compass to point C. And we're not going to change the setting. So with the same setting, we place the compass point at C and draw an arc intersecting the arc drawn from B. Step 3, label the point of intersection of the two arcs D. Use a straight edge
to draw
ray. And the way that we write A is, or array is with the letters AD with a ray on top of the letters AD. The constructed ray AD is the bisector of angle A.
For this example, using constructions, it asks us to draw the perpendicular bisector of line YZ. So we find line YZ is down here. We're going to set our compass at a width that is longer than line segment ZY, or I'm sorry, longer than half. So we want to open it up so it's at least more than half. And we are going to draw a big arc. So remember I said you could just draw a big circle, half circle all the way. That just saves you from having to pick up the compass. Now I'm going to move the compass over to point Y. And I didn't change the setting. The pencil is still the same width. And I draw an arc from point Y. The next thing that we have to do to draw that perpendicular bisector is to draw a line through those points. So with your straight edge, draw a line through those points. Triangle XYZ triangle is given. Construct the perpendicular bisector of the line ZX and so ZX is over here and XY. So basically we're going to repeat those steps for the other two sides of the triangle. So I'm going to grab my compass. I'm going to put it on point X. And I'm going to draw. I'm going to move my compass to point Z. And I'm going to draw. And since I didn't change my compass, you might see that these just end up being circles. And I didn't draw my X1 long enough because it didn't intersect. So check that out. We can just draw all of these circles, and then we have it set up where we can find the perpendicular bisectors of all. So this is kind of a cool problem. Grab another line. I'm going to change the color so you can see it a little better. And then we have this line that goes through these 2 points for that side. And this line is going to go through these 2 points. And notice what's cool about that. I'm going to draw the black one again just so you can see the different colors. Nice job on section 1-2.